Bam. I hit start streaming. It says something.
Let's see, excellent connection.
Something is happening.
Hey, you're live.
Do you see my screen?
I do.
No, you don't.
Yeah, I do. I'm looking right at it on YouTube.
Hang on a second. I want to make sure that's the right screen.
Yeah.
Why don't I see my... Oh, it's delayed.
Yep, about 3 seconds.
Okay. All right, that's why. Now, I can minimize my stream here. Good morning, everybody. This is new for me, so y'all bear with me a second. It's a lot of technology at once.
Oh, man.
I'm
And
just
the
a simple guy.
laptop's stable?
So far, but the market hadn't opened.
Yeah.
It changes when the market opens. TOS changes. All right, so we can see everybody there. Hi, everybody. I don't know how good
everybody.
I'm going to try to
Dr.
do
Nick.
this. Good morning, everybody. All right, well, let's see. Quite a weekend, huh?
Oh, man.
That dog thing was like right before I was leaving to go to that private party I was playing. And I mean, my ride was coming to pick me up. And I said, well, let me go give my dog a quick walk. And that dang dog came all the way from around the corner. It saw us from a block away and charged us. And
man.
he tried to flank me and bite me a couple of times, tried to get my dog.
Ooh.
And my dog could have probably taken him, but I'm trying to prevent all that, you know. So
Yeah.
I have a walking stick, and I had to use it. So what a heck of a way to start my day. That was my day, Saturday. And then I had 8 hours, you know, between the travel time and then setup and everything and getting home. It was like, ugh. Okay, everybody. Now, that's enough. We don't know what to expect with this wild market, Mr. Jermey.
Oh, man, this is going to be some windfall for some traders, but man, I feel real bad for a lot of investors.
Oh my gosh! It seems like this would be a good time toward the end of this month. Historically, September's low.
Yep.
So it might be a time to look for some good stocks to pick up for a hold for a couple of months.
Oh, definitely. And Netflix looks to be one of them today. It's probably the only green spot in the market.
I've got to look at some things here, find us some stuff to trade penny stock wise. I'm a little, we're getting there.
There you go.
I'm still getting better, so I might have to turn off and cough every now and then.
I got that mute button on my headset for that.
All right, and then there's a company called Albertsons. You ever look at Albertsons or Kroger's?
Kroger, I do.
Yeah, Albertsons is another grocery store, and they tend to move. Oh my goodness, Look at this guy. Hang on a second. Let me get my chart up for us to look at. I'm going to look at this BCAN. Check this guy out. BCAN 417. It's now $20.80.
Whoa!
Look at that. Now, what the heck is that from?
We got the screamer. I don't know why I'd insist on opening 20 different windows.
It's going to buy something. Who, you? I don't know. We'll have to talk to you about that.
Yeah, no.
I don't know if I want to look at this guy. I mean, he could be fun to watch. You know, fun to watch. I don't know if he's going to be fun to trade. It might be. Let's go see.
Well, there was what was it, last month I think it was. There was a stock that did that, and then it just kept on going to like over $100.
Yeah,
was nuts.
That was nuts.
I forgot what it was.
Is this guy
I didn't touch
IPO
it.
or something? Jeez, look at that. Can you see all that?
I can see that.
I ain't got much of nothing to show us. It's overextended as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, it's looking that way.
And so I'm not going to even pay attention to him. Bye-bye. If somebody wants to look at him, they can. I just don't see any reason to at this moment.
Yeah, that's...
Do we have anything moving at all today?
Get a stock doing that, man. It's like, that's... you could go down to Vegas and just throw your money in a slot machine.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what somebody said. You want excitement in the stock market? Go to Vegas and throw it $100.
Heck, go throw it on a roulette table.
This is different. You got to watch. You got to pay attention here. All right, let's see. Well, good morning. Appreciate all your help again last night.
Anytime. And like I said, if we need to get into your BIOS and change your memory settings, we can do that.
Yeah, I just don't want to,
No, I know.
Yeah. I guess it's like,
that's a scary subject for some people.
It is for me, because there's no bottom. I got no liquidity under me right now till we get through all this. This is great.
Oh, no kidding.
Thankfully,
morning, guys.
Good. Is that Devin?
Nah.
Good morning, Devin. I need to go in here where I can see everybody in Discord.
All bushy-tailed and bright-eyed.
Yes. And then where do we we're gonna do chat and chat. Okay, let me go to chat.
Yeah. Oh yeah, we'll be chatting, I guess, in pennies and stocks. I'll try and throw some stuff around for you.
All right, so I'm not seeing anything yet. Has anybody had anything come up in their scanners? What you got, Devin? Anything in Weeble worthwhile looking at?
Sorry, buddy. Just getting going here.
Oh yeah, it's Monday morning, everybody, and I had a busier than usual weekend.
Yeah, I stayed up doing the second edit.
Yeah.
You stayed up. You see, I know about that. Oh, it'd only take me a couple of minutes. 3 hours later.
PRPL.
Exactly.
PRPL has some levels above here that it can get to.
Purple?
Let's see if I can plot that. Yeah, PRPL, purple.
I remember trading this once. Ooh.
Yeah, you like it?
Mm-hmm. I do. You know why? We can see the gap zone right here.
Yep, we have all of our legs stretched out on that one, so we've got all of our markers up.
Look at this, and it gives us our red zone right here. That little red hammer.
Yes, sir.
For me, that's a red zone. So that's my point of no return.
That was a lot of fun to trade last time.
Oh man, thanks for finding that one. That was really great. That helps out a lot. See, make my job easy now.
Teamwork makes the dream work, baby.
Dude,
What we're all about here.
That's right. These penny stocks, they have some. I realize now they have a certain kind of movement, and this is one we look for right here.
Oh yeah.
This is what I look for, because this has got some character in the pre-market. It gives us some levels where it's consolidated and bumped up again. We've got all these little pivot points right here. So this is our high. It's got, for what I look for in the penny stock is I look for that thing to break that high in the morning, or get rejected by that high, and then come back down, and then go back towards that high. And it might not happen in the first hour and a half. It might not happen until 2:30, and that's what happened last week. All those levels that I drew out. My sensei used to do this in the mornings. See these levels? We're going to do this, this, and this, and then it wouldn't do it until the evening.
Yeah, I know.
The afternoon, and I'd be messaging. Look! Did you see that?
That'd be
that
hold on, let me look.
Yeah, that could be like wave 2 starting. You know, you see how it goes pop and then bump.
Yep.
Might do that once or twice more.
It might come back to VWAP too.
It does what it wants.
It does. Stock's going to do what they want to do.
Got that penny stock waltz.
Yeah, that's exactly it.
Where it steps on your toes?
Oh, the oompah.
Now look. Here's another thing. And for those of you who are new, hang in there with us. This is fast-paced stuff we're trying to do and teach you at the same time. And I didn't get my lesson out last night, but I'm going to get some stuff together because I want everybody to see this. This is right here. This is a busy intersection right there. Let me make sure this is the right one. Yeah.
I was keeping Stone busy last night setting up all the OBS stuff.
He's just dragging me through it, kicking and screaming.
Oh man! But once you get to know that program, it's
a great program. I was just concerned about it running at the same time as this.
Yeah.
That's my only concern. It's a monster for an open source.
It's got some density to it, but from what I understand, it's one of the least resource hungry streaming software kits out there.
I saw it was actually more resource. What I saw was it was resource hungry, from everything I read.
There's one called Prism or something along that effect that's a little more resource hungry, but maybe I was just looking at the wrong ones. As far as bang for the buck,
OBS is
efficiency goes.
bang for your buck. You ain't got to pay a thing for it. It's the best free thing I've seen.
Yeah, that's what he was saying. For a freebie.
Right.
It's not as resource hungry as the rest.
Right.
Okay, so I got some zones here that we can watch on this guy. This is if he pops this one here, then we can go up. I'm thinking this might be our demand zone, but it could be this one. So
let me take profit on you. Cha-ching. Sorry.
You getting that? Is that Netflix already?
No, I'm running the
MES. Edit properties. I'm going to give you green.
Now I'll wait from here until the market opens unless I see a setup that kills it.
Alrighty then. I did this one last week and we had one pop up and it looked beautiful. Wonder if I can find it real quick. This guy's not doing anything. I still don't have anything really showing up in my scanners.
I wish I would have had time to put up an alert on Netflix on Friday, but I got it out live, so anybody who was watching picked it up.
I missed you live.
Yeah, I was live in the power hour, and I was like messing around with the futures, and like, man, this witching hour stuff is just, it's not conducive, because I mean, I had a perfect rising channel break looking like a 50% retracement. It broke, and then it said, it spiked right over me. And then it broke later. I was like, well, screw chasing this stuff. This is no fun. I went and talked a little bit about forward options and all the different strategies involved, and then I went and looked at Netflix and was like, yeah, I'm going to try for a out-of-the-money debit spread on that, and I set a limit order at like 14 cents for $5 wide up in the like 280, 290 range.
Did you record
it filled.
on that? And it filled. You did good, because I love watching those after the fact. Okay, this guy's way up there, price-wise. It doesn't look that great, actually. I'm looking at Webull right now. I use the little Webull app. You go into the market and you get the pre-market top gainers. You can bust open the little chart or the little thing, see all of them, and it gives you a spark chart. And after you know how to read charts a little while, you can start looking at those spark charts, and you can see, small as they are, but you can still see which ones are gonna, have volume and not. I can tell at least. So that's what I'm going to do right now, because it's a strange market right now with the Fed meeting coming out this Thursday. Inflation, they're expecting, to go up more. And then we've got, what else have we got? We got some stuff today I think we got to be careful about as well. Not so much on the penny stock, but on the regular market with the regular large caps. Penny stocks usually, hold their own and do their own thing for the most part. We got a housing market index coming up at 10 a.m., so I think that's a big deal. I didn't get to watch Sig's training on that today. So
we got our favorite, penny stock priced large cap, Ford.
Right over here.
Looks like a range today between 1485 and 1455. What do you think?
Well, let's go look at it. We got a range between 1485 and 1455. It looks like this range right here.
Oh, yeah.
Look at that. That's what you're saying. He make us go find it. He makes us discover it. He already knows the answer. So, yeah, looks like we do have a little range of that there, right there going on. When I get the SPY, what time is it? I want to show you something on SPY. This is a 5-minute chart. Why do I have a 5-minute chart up there? Yeah, I'm going to confuse everybody eventually when I go to those 1-minute charts up here, aren't I? Okay. Ford.
You echoing on YouTube right now?
Am I?
It's saying there's an error with the resolution, but I think it's correcting it automatically, so I think you're okay.
On me? It could be.
Yeah, you're good.
I don't know what resolution I'm supposed to have. I have the resolution that works, that lets me get my charts out.
Yep.
It gave me some resolutions. It wouldn't even show my whole grid.
Right. No, it corrects it to 1080p. It looks like, so I think we're good. But you're looking at 2160, so it's like widescreen, but it'll compress. It looks good.
On the YouTube?
Yeah. Yeah, we're good. No sweating.
All right, let me get this one out here. Just these little levels for folks. These are our highs. I like to get our highs. I should just go here.
And I got to see if I can fix our
We got a lot of fixing to do.
Our stream key to the Facebook page. Got to get that rolling.
That 1450 is the level we had there from last week.
Yeah, we were looking at that as the floor for our bear target, and then today I think we're in a range right back up that gap to 1485, and then
just stay in between.
We should be able to leg into some nice strangles this week.
Ooh! We want to do that.
Yeah.
We want the boss to teach us how to do that. Yeah.
Oh man.
Those are the things. Listen, the price action stuff. I've been looking at this and I'm going, man. The options have been challenging. I'm gonna be honest about that. That has been a really big challenge for me. But the price action is there, so it's just learning those Greeks and that spot and how to get in, and how to get out, when to get in and when to get out. So, but it's great.
Good morning, guys.
Good morning, Bud Fox. How are you doing?
Question for Jeremy.
Sure.
Would you do an iron condor on Ford if it's in that range?
I tend to do exactly that, but I leg into it. So like I'll go and enter a long strangle first on first price action within the range, and then if it does it twice in a day, I will leg into short contracts outside of my long contracts. So I'll have a net positive or net profit iron condor on the open. So
you're saying you would do one on the bottom on the support, and then if it hits the top, then comes back down, then you would do a put at the top?
Right. So buy the call when the price is at the bottom, buy the put when it's at the top, and then if it cycles twice in one day, when it goes back to the bottom, I will sell a covered put that's covered by my long put below long put, and then if price comes back up to resistance, I will sell a call on one strike above my long position there. So it helps offset some of my risk in the long contracts, and if you get enough volatility where it goes a little bit out of that range on the second push, sometimes you can sell a strike out above and below for more than you paid for your long position. And that's when things get interesting.
Man, I thought I had this thing down the right way.
I'm sort of getting it. I'm getting there.
It takes time.
It'll come to you, man. Just relax and let it come.
It takes time. And then another thing to consider, and there's two ways to skin that cat. One way is a little more risky than the other way, where you go and you buy your long position another week out and then sell your short position expiring this week. However, early assignment on that
we're having problems here,
can
guys.
be an issue. Is this glitching on you?
It's moving slow.
Okay. If you need to,
what's going to happen is if I need to, I'm going to ditch the Zoom. I'm sorry, and I will go in Discord because the market hasn't opened yet. And that's
totally fine.
Yeah.
So
TOS is a beast.
In that case, I can run
your. You could run it.
Yep, I can run your live stream on my screen and then send that to YouTube.
All right. This is what I was going for. This is SPY. I got it inside these two green lines right here. You see this hammer?
See that?
That is from the 18th of July. That hammer right there. That's where we are.
Okay.
I went and found that the other day. I wanted to show you that. And that's where we are right now. And that's where we were the other day.
This is the kind of badassery you get with us, guys. We show you price action. And we show you where to find it.
Well, that hammer tells me what I'm thinking, Jeremy, is, and I know the daily we had that big bearish engulfing. So right. I would expect to see us to maybe come down a little more, but with everything going on, it might just range within that hammer. And I'm not talking about these two lines here, going down to this line, which would be the bottom of that hammer. But look at that. That's where we are right now. That's your range.
Right.
So it's only, it's only a couple dollars. I'm just thinking if it goes lower than that, breaks this.
Like a doiger.
We're going to be baddish. But if it gives us a little, I don't know, We'll see. It looks like the third wave, actually, doesn't it? Kind of like from here, bear flag, bear flag, pullback, But that's a weak pullback too, so you would expect with a weak pullback. What I'm learning, and I'm going to teach everybody what I learned as soon as I learn it. When you have a weak a trend that goes down or up, and you have a pullback, but it's not that strong, and it's small compared to the legs of the flags that are going up or down, that means you're probably going to get a continuation. And that's just a simple little breath, right? Does that make sense?
That does make sense.
Okay. So anyway, let me go ahead and get back to little charts that I usually use on this, and see if I can. We're going to open here in a minute. Man, I got nothing on the penny stock scanner, y'all.
And I'm like just going through top gainers on Webull. I'm
not finding anything. Yeah, I did the same thing.
Like if it looks good, it's ticky tack.
Yeah.
PRPL.
Yeah. PRPL is what we got right now. And let's see if I can get this chart to cooperate a little bit more with us.
All right. When that bell rings, if everything decides to,
we're gonna see.
Munch it, then I'll go ahead and get us back on YouTube as quickly as possible.
It may just glitch us a little bit. We'll see.
Yeah.
It was a little strange a second ago, but I mean it was very subtle. Alrighty then, coming down to that level there. And then I have questions later on. I'm going to ask you in the after. You going to do an afternoon stream?
I'm going to try to, because I'm going to try and put together a watch list build today. But man, this market's bearish AF.
Yeah,
so it's going to be hard to put a watch list together that's bullish in any way. But we can do bearish too.
Gosh, I got to find something over here that we can watch.
Yeah.
Let's see, VIX. That ain't going to do it.
Let's see if I can pick something off.
And we're off. Here we go. Let's see what we got.
What about what is it, UVXY?
Yeah, I could put UVXY.
Good call.
I could do UVXY.
Cha.
All right, so far so good.
Woohoo. It's working.
I just don't know why my charts look so small lately. There we go.
There's what I did with my RAM, because you and I have the same RAM in our computers.
You and me?
Slightly different processors, yeah.
Yeah, I think the processor you have is better.
Just an i5, but you might. I think.
Oh
you have
no,
the
I got the 7. Yeah, I think it's dual. I don't know. It doesn't say dual.
It might not be dual, but if it's an i7, it should be faster than mine.
All right, we got some movement there. Purple's gonna come down and touch this level here. Now in the morning, we're just kind of watching, guys. I don't really move too fast. Now Jermey does, maybe, because he's got some plots and plans going on, but I don't move fast.
Just chill.
I am chilling and watching things, looking at scanners. Guys, the market is opened. I have one stock in my scanner.
Yeah. Just PRPL. The rest is indexes and.
Oh, I got like a sub dollar. It's not a sub dollar. It's an NXL, but it ain't moving. It's just sitting there in my scanner, looking at me. It's my momentum scanner.
Most of the stuff I came through was ticky tack. Anything that was moving up was ticky tack, and like where it looked like good movement. Yeah. And then everything else was.
Yeah, it just looks. Bad right now.
Oh, I know what's going on. Hang on a second.
SPY is moving up. Could fake everybody out. We haven't had a trend day in a while.
I had my.
Ooh, I got stuff.
There we go. Netflix rolling back.
Maybe it's just the federal employee in me, but I think after this week you're going to see the market rocket, because going into that week in November for elections, they don't want to lose.
Nope.
Yep, we've been talking about that, bud.
They want to butter it up, make it look all pretty.
Well, I like hearing that. Yeah, I've been looking at stuff and realizing that September, historically is a low month. And then you come into the holiday season.
Hey, which scanner are y'all using?
We're just using the volume scanner that's built into Webull.
Oh, I have a momentum scanner.
Oh yeah.
That's custom for penny stocks mainly. It's just the scanner in TOS. A lot of background noise there.
Yeah, I hear that. Let me see if I can.
Okay, let me see if I can. Sorry to mute you, fella. I don't know who that was.
Good.
Watching here. That was that level I talked about. Look, this is the top of that hammer on SPY. See that 383? That's that hammer I closed in there. And now purple heading down to this green zone, kind of just rolled over on us. Don't give up on purple yet. UVXY will move the opposite of SPY, as you'll see. Not often, always, but often it will.
Yeah.
Ford and also SPY will move somewhat together because they're both part of the S&P. I am trying to go look at some things here on my scanner. I'm going to knock off UVXY because I need to pull these things up on the scanner. So let's do this.
It looks like we got a nice range bar on a 5-minute chart for SPY between the two bands. And I think it's going to close that straight as a bar in a moment here. Then we could get a little pennant on the 1-minute chart for, I would say we'd probably get a doji right around 383.70, 383.75. I could be wrong. I like to let the opening shake out a little bit more before I get too convinced.
Me too. ADN. It looks like crap everywhere else. I don't like to, penny stocks are fun. I say fun because they move. They keep your adrenaline going a little bit. But you got to really, I don't see anything in there. You see how I get this? You watching my screen, Jeremy?
Yeah.
Watch my ADN right here. Okay. You see how it's not so bad right now, but usually it just goes. I don't get a black screen. I just get boom, 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 boom. So it's not. That's what I'm showing you. That's the little bit of a lag I'm getting right there that I normally don't get.
I see what you're talking about.
Yeah. Usually it's just pop, 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 pop. All right. So this is interesting. Let's see what you're going to do. Now, we're only into this 5 minutes and 50 seconds into the market. So my thing is I like a 15-minute. I like to wait 15 minutes. And the reason I like to wait 15 minutes is I get a 15-minute range. And
exactly.
In the 15-minute range, if you're above the 15-minute range, then you're going to stay bullish, But when you're below the 15-minute range, you tend to stay bearish for a little while. But right now, we're just moving up. This could give us a reversal within the first 10 to 15 minutes, or it could just continue to trend, or it could go sideways. What do stocks do? Up, down, and sideways. That's it. And what do we got happening right down here?
Now, side to side. Keep an eye on Netflix here. If it tries 240 is critical support, it was critical resistance. Now, if we test 240 and we hold and we bounce, you guys could get a secondary entry into that. It's got to hold that 240 support, though. If it cracks it, sit on your hands until you see something better.
Let's put Netflix up. Let's put Netflix up. Is this for options and for spreads? Is that what you're using Netflix for?
Yeah, I'd be looking at debit spreads on that one. Way the money.
All right.
There's a gap fill all the way to 340 from here.
340. I guess you could hear all that ding, ding, dinging, couldn't you?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Good. That just gives us a little bit of entertainment value, man. We get to hear all the bells and whistles.
Jeremy, is there any way that we can extract some of your blood and get your energy out of you? Devin, is he the most positive person you've ever met?
Not always.
Aside from me, yeah.
Aside from me. That is funny. I love it.
and you actually.
Oh, no.
It takes work. It takes work. Nobody just gets it. You don't.
Jeremy, he doesn't have our conversations when I'm going.
Oh well, that's life, man. At least you got somebody to talk to about it.
I don't want to bring the poor guy down anytime. I'm calling you next.
You go on ahead, man. I'm here for you.
Look,
and
purple sideways.
As I get older, I keep reducing my coffee intake, and I'm still up and up. Love it.
Vitamins. I'm telling you.
Man.
Vitamins are the way to go. Vitamins are the way to go.
For me, it was that boron supplement, man. I keep talking about it, but that stuff works.
I got some stuff with boron in it now.
I just took my boron supplement.
Takes a couple days for you to really notice, but
no, I don't want to hear anybody say we're boring now because we take boron.
No.
Ooh, wait.
No, we're old men.
Y'all pardon me. I mean, it is slow, but look, we got some movement here. My momentum scanner's lighting up, so forgive me for taking off Netflix because I'm getting some action here now. All right, GoVX. I mean, you can if you want to go after GoVX, go for it. Another thing I'm doing as I'm scanning through these stocks is I'm going to be compiling some things. Ooh, this guy looks good. Why is my mouse not working right? There it is. It's not the computer, it's the user. Look. Look. I get excited about this. Look at that, Jeremy. It is on top of that freaking hammer from back in July 28th.
Nice.
Or whatever it was.
And we're starting to pick up a pennant on that 1 minute chart. I see that. Let's see if it holds and gets back above the 8 period.
Alrighty then. Look at this guy.
As I spoke about it, it's already pushing. Bam.
Spy. Oh, look, there it goes, huh? Well, it's still getting into that. What is it? A pre-market?
Yeah, it's just
pre-market pivot.
Barely above that pre-market pivot. But there's a gap.
Oh yeah, there's a huge gap.
If it breaks that 383.75 area, which it just did, there's a whole gap all the way up to 387. Yo.
Is that the gap from overnight gap or the weekend gap?
That's the weekend gap.
Okay.
If you look at Friday going into the close, that's the bottom and top of the range, more or less, while the market was still open.
See, now everybody's going to be asking me what I'm doing. And if you know me, I'm drawing shadow boxes.
Sorry, gentlemen. What ticker symbol is that?
Hello. Glad to have you with us. Glad to have a lady with us. Because...
Right?
That ticker symbol is SPY, S-P-Y.
It is SPY, thank you.
Yeah, SPY. Because women make the best traders. Period.
Oh, man, they do.
Period.
I absolutely agree with you, sir.
And moms. Okay.
Don't jinx me now.
No, I'm not jinxing you. I won't do that. I promise. Edit properties. Yes, I want to go out a little further. This guy right here. This was that good zone right here. Now we can follow these VWAP crinkles all the way up. We got all these good price targets this guy can go. Let's just get him quick.
All right. Slowing down a moment. SPY is right at the 5 minute 200 period.
It's right below
TTM.
mine. 384.78 is what I got.
Yeah, TTM showing a buy signal, and I'm showing a potential bar on a 5 minute chart there too, by the way. So target that at like 384.90 is the target for that, as if it's a measured move. Yeah, that's about right.
All right, I just did the Jeremy thing where we just walk right up these control bars. To get, I didn't draw any shadows there. I do like my shadows though. You can see this was probably the demand zone right here. A lot of times I like these candles that have a big wick on the bottom and it goes into the next candle. These aren't quite so much into each other, but it reminds me of like when you're putting together something and you got a wooden dowel and it goes in and it really makes it firm. I see that a lot with these big candles on these pre-market, and you'll find that a lot of times where they meet, price will have a reaction. And here you can see where they meet. Price goes and then pops back up. Seems to, right? So we'll have to see what happens with this guy. This might come back down. This little.
That looks like a symmetrical triangle. Maybe if it breaks through and continues, right?
This one here.
That SNTI, yeah. If you get it broad, that's a symmetrical triangle, but it's not breaking through.
No, it's not breaking through. Also, we have to see. It could hover around here for a little while. Penny stock, so it's a bioscience thing. So probably they had some kind of news.
I was looking at Sig just posted a AVYA as a next meme stock. They're going after. I don't know. One of those gambling pages.
Oh, it's getting chased. A new meme.
I have a control bar sets that at about 272 for a target. So we could get another leg out of that. It's already made a nice measured move this morning.
Which one is that?
The AVYA.
AVYA. We can go look at AVYA too. All right, we'll look for that guy.
Might give us one more leg.
That guy's going to probably push this right here.
1 minute chart, 1, 2. That's the third leg right there on a 1 minute chart. Watch for pull back to about 192.
All right, so SPY is continuing to move up, as well as Ford. Ford's coming up to that top of that range we had looked at just a minute ago. This guy's just kind of creeping up right here. That was the land zone. Here we go.
Purple is underneath.
We got a bearish.
What is that?
Bullish engulfing. I'm sorry. Say again. Purple.
You've also got purple, gold, and green on that one. That I'm not liking the look of that.
Yeah, that's bullish. I mean bearish for the moment.
Mm-hmm.
This guy's coming up against coming above VWAP. Yeah, he's going to hit those levels. All right, there he goes.
Watch for a market maker move on this AVYA. If it cracks that angular support on the third leg there, it'll smoke all the way to the 1 minute 200 at about $1.88.
All right, there's AVYA.
They're trying to pull it. I'm watching Bookmap on that.
Oh, they're trying to make. Hello.
Big pile of orders sitting down there.
These Senti guys, they're moving. Excuse me. Hitting those levels.
Oh, man. There's too many retails chasing that thing, but I think the market makers already know what they're doing. There's your target on SPY, 384.80.
I still have a little cough.
One on the peak. We should probably see a push to about 384.85.
For all you traders out there, do not trade when you're sick.
No.
Don't trade when you have a head cold. Don't trade when you're angry. Don't trade when you have a fight with your spouse or significant other. Don't do those things.
When you're sick, bro.
Let me tell you, that's snick. I'm snick of it.
When you're sick and you have, snot is displacing your brain cells. Yeah, just keep your hands off your keyboard.
And if you get nervous when you're trading and you get upset or something, make sure you drink water because your brain is losing its fluid when you get like that. And so you gotta replenish it with water. Water.
And not beer. Not beer, not liquor. Water.
Not beer, water. I know there's water in beer, but it doesn't do the same thing.
No.
All right, let's see. Now Ford, we see where it's at. Mm-hmm. It's at the top of that range that Jeremy called out earlier.
About to nail that 1485.
And which is I think the morning high, Globex high. This fella here still moving. It is moving a little slow, guys. I apologize. But we're surviving so far. Got a little hammer coming up on there. And got a little pullback of some kind. That's a bearish engulfing on this one.
We're breaking.
Here it comes.
There we go. That was third leg on SPY, by the way.
Third leg on a 1 minute?
Yep.
I'm really getting converted to that 1 minute chart. Although I still think but I still see things on the 2, so I have to keep the 2. A lot of what I see on the 2 is the candle forms in conjunction with the Woodies and the CCI, but that you don't always see on the 1. There, yep.
We're cracking it. All right, so the idea is typically going to be a 50% retracement on this third leg. So looking at a target of 383.50 for a pullback.
50% retrace on Ford?
On SPY.
On SPY. So we're looking for it to pull back around here, you said? Around 383, 44 or
Ford?
Something? Yeah.
Ford would probably follow SPY on this unless there's news.
Yeah.
But SPY's kind of...
It's setting up.
Yeah.
I like the way it's lining up, actually.
It might get a third leg push. It's just right at angular support on that third leg, though, so I don't trust it there.
And the indicators look good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I know it's not trustworthy. I mean, but it could.
Well, it's not that.
That could just be a pullback.
Right. Well, let's go.
And then
let's go ahead.
The AVYA is just getting handled by the market makers now.
Oh, there you go. Put in some crinkles.
Yeah, that's what we're going to do.
Get those
crinkles.
See how
I'm not going to keep showing y'all. My screen went white for a second when it popped up.
Hey, Jeremy.
Pushing this baby.
Yeah.
After that Porsche IPO drops and the waiting period's over, it's probably going to be fun for a while.
Oh, I imagine so. If it was anything like Ferrari's IPO, that'd be really cool.
Porsche's got an IPO. Porsche came out?
Yeah, they're doing 911 million shares at 78 billion.
Wow. Okay.
That could be volatile AF.
Yeah.
They're going to be Tesla's main electric competition.
Well, Porsche's got the money to do it, probably.
Their cars are beautiful.
Oh, come on.
They're my favorite.
Bud's going to get us all one.
Yeah.
Once he makes his first 10 million, he's going to...
If all my crypto futures pan out over the next month, maybe.
There you go.
Take a portion.
Hey, Ford, I see you.
He's going to give us
1484.
1484. Now look, you see what I'm doing? I'm just grabbing these VWAP bends.
Nice.
Now I color code my stuff just so everybody sees that they can learn. I'm still working on my color codes, but VWAP is VWAP.
By third leg's actually going to push. Let's see. Let this 1 minute candle close.
385.16.
This is an inverted hammer. If that's an inverted hammer, we're in trouble, but we could get a fourth leg out of this, which means we end up with a measured move typically.
Look at your 2 minute chart.
We're almost at 50% of that gap retrace, so that's right at 385.
See it?
Oh, yeah, I see that.
It's going to pull it. That's a VWAP crinkle.
Haha.
It's tough works, man. It is. I can't explain it, but it works. Here comes the 45. We got 44.
But,
all right, here goes your meme stock over here.
Yep, I see that. It pushed right off the 8
period
off after a couple dojis.
Stock, I got to go find levels on him. But meanwhile, back at SNTI, the bioscience people.
Ford 1484 pushed with a wick. How about that? Oh, SPY wicking. Close that inverted hammer, baby. Let's go.
Right up to that VWAP.
That VWAP line's right up with half that gap. It's like right in the middle of it.
All right, this guy. Yeah, I really wish I could tell you some entries on this stuff, guys, but I'm sorry. I can't right now.
TTM, according to TTM, it's threatening a bearish move here, but we'll see.
This one? Oh, you got the TTM thing going on, don't you?
Yeah, TTM is now available on Webull as an indicator, so.
Did you like the TTM? I never used the TTM.
I used this. I had to build it synthetically for a while to try and make it work. And it was okay, but it wasn't great. I like FSTO better, but since it's on here, I thought I'd give it a try. All right, there is a flash of gold there. Let's see. Now we're looking at what was the number we're looking for on the histogram?
Let's see if I can go over here and find. Put up a Forex trader. What have I got here?
There we go. 385.16 just got nailed. 385.21's wicked.
Wow. Watch out for 385.36. That's next.
Uh-huh.
And it's crazy. I have too many damn charts.
Yeah.
I do. That's a whole different, because on TOS I've learned that you can go to your drawing settings right here, and you can create drawing sets. See all those sets that I have? I have too many. And because I learned how to do it, and now I've got to go back and consolidate, because I like to keep, it's chart nasty, but I like to keep certain things clean for the day. And so I'm looking at another SPY chart, and I go, oh, I got 385.36, and then I got 385.16 over here.
Right.
And it's going to hit both of them. They're VWAP bends.
You know a simpler thing we could do? You've got a solid-state hard drive in that machine, don't you?
I don't know. I guess I do.
SSD?
I don't know. I have to look.
Check.
Sorry, guys. My PC knowledge went out the window when I got Mac back in 2017. Because PC, I always found PC to when I was doing video editing, it always crashed. It always had problems, and
I wasn't built for it.
Yeah. See, when I went to the Mac, I kind of got PC stupid.
That's what happens.
So I can probably look in my thing at some point and see if it's solid state.
Well, what I was saying is we could instead of going into BIOS and like unlinking your RAM and stuff, we could just add some virtual memory to your solid state hard drive.
Okay.
Add a couple gigs in there.
Yeah, solid state just means that it doesn't run on a disk. Like the old hard drives use a disk. The new ones are more like a processor.
All right. There's your meme stock.
Yep. Breaking bearish engulfing.
Your meme stock with low volume, by the way, I might say, considering what it is. And here's our other guy. He's got a little pullback here.
Evening star on SPY there, on the 1 minute chart.
Yep.
Reminder: Stone does not do anything until 15 minutes in.
Yep.
And it's
to provide him with some range.
Yeah. Well, we got range now, so.
Yeah. So this is our range.
So let's go find our range real quick.
H is 1486, tipping over on forward. Noise. Break that 8 period, and it's Bear City, guys.
I love this little tool right here.
Bam, my orders are filling all over the damn place.
Oops, wrong one. Try that again. Yeah, that's the right one. That's a 15-minute candle. And that's your 15-minute range. It's kind of light for you to see, but that's it right there. We're at the top of the 15-minute range there right now. So we go back to our other chart. I still have my 15-minute range, and we are at the top of it right now. Actually, we're above it. We're above it. Yeah, that's where we are.
We're holding the 8 period on forward. We might trend up to 1490.
You might trend all day long. You might trend all day long.
Yeah.
You know why?
That's for sure.
We haven't had a trend day.
That's true.
We haven't had a trend day in a week.
That's for sure.
20% of the time, SPY trends. So that means out of a 5-day week, you usually get one. So if you get a trend day, that's good. Because when the stream's over, I can get in and really think about it.
There you go.
Get some. I can't trade and stream like you do. We're not there yet. We'll get there.
It's straight. Well, I can do it with options very well. It's just when I day trade a 10-second chart, it's hard for me to do that and stream.
Well, I have a hard time doing the options while I stream penny stock. So I try to sometimes find a penny stock to trade. This guy's building off of this right here, off of that 15.
I just closed my forward $14 short puts.
Good.
A nice little return on those. I was building that stuff up on Thursday, and the trick is if you're building into the next week on forward, if you're building your option spread or your strangle, so to speak, try and build it by Thursday so that you can use Friday's price action if there's any range. You can play with it a little bit, but try to leave your long position open over the weekend, and if it's expiring next Friday, because Mondays you can typically do exactly what I'm doing. We're popping off the short legs.
Watch this guy right here.
And then, we're breaking over.
SNTI. Somebody was asking me about Woody's. this little dip right here in the woodies. I hope you can see that. Might not be bright enough.
Zoom in on the screen, the singular.
All right. See this red hammer? It's wicked into the 15 and the VWAP at the same time. And down here, he gives me a dip into the negative 100. Well, it's not quite a dip there, but it is here. So usually with the woodies and these two indicators, you see that when price is down, the line is down. When price is up, the line goes up. So there are a lot of other factors into it, but this is one I look for. But that's a red hammer. I would have liked to have seen it actually happen on this hammer. Make sure my settings are right. So, but that's
wow.
It's worth watching for a second. We could be getting a second little push right here. This might be just a little pullback.
All right, Netflix kind of rapping on that 240 floor.
Here's your new meme stock. Everybody's chasing. Look at all those wicks right there.
Wait, you mean Netflix is the new meme?
No, AVY.
AVY.
This is
yeah.
This looks like a pullback.
Oh, that might be setting up a measured move there, by the way. AVY.
What, this right here? Or this one right here?
AVY there.
Did they just halt? No.
Not quite yet, but we're looking at trend, pullback, and trend possibly, and we just broke resistance on that trend. So let me compare to a 5-minute chart real quick.
Get us a 2-hour chart on. Oh, this guy's got some stuff.
Straight up parabolic.
Oh, look at that. He's got room.
Uh-huh.
Oh, yeah, this isn't a flatliner.
Nope, I was looking left.
You are looking left. Okay, we've broken into this candle here.
274 is the next control bar.
274, not 230 right here on the 2-hour.
You can see on a I'm using the daily. Looking at the difference between the 28th and the 29th of July there. And we're right in that as a support zone now.
Where
just
are we
above
right
$2.
now? VWAP
and then look left. The daily candle on 722 is the upper and lower range there, which is about goes almost to 274 with the wick.
Come on, work for me.
But yeah, that thing's got range for days if it breaks out, and if it's going to be a meme stock, so to speak. Holy smokes.
And you got room all the way up here, huh?
Oh, man. Can you imagine that kind of psychosis?
It happens.
It does.
We've seen it. We've gotten in it and
scalped it. We've killed those. Uh-oh. Netflix broke 240. Let's see if it closes a wick on the fiber.
Price targets there.
Oh,
very simple to get those price targets, I like what Paul said the other day. There's a difference between simple and easy.
Right.
And there is.
Absolutely.
All right, so let's see what happens there. Measured move. Well, you could get a measured move for sure. Let's go measure that move out the way I do. I'm sorry, I could have done that a different way. Da 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 da. Okay, activate that drawing. If this guy moves from the top of that up, that's not scientifically perfect, but you can see I use the box to measure this move right here, and then I expect the second move to be equal to the first leg, and I've got a 60% chance of being right.
Typically 60-40, yeah.
So we've got a little something there for this guy, but I gotta see some confirmation that he's going to be continuing the move.
All right, Netflix, what you got?
This guy's already fallen back down out of those levels and coming back to this zone. If he comes back to this zone, he might bounce back up, or he could be done. It is a penny stock, and they will do what they do.
Whoa.
So far, I haven't been able to pay attention enough to be able to see if there's anything I would get in on.
Yeah. It's rough out there.
It is a little nuts. Now you were doing debit spreads on Netflix, right?
Yeah.
What you saw on Netflix that made you want to do that?
Have a look at the daily chart, and then there's that massive gap, and you'll see that resistance is right at 240. It broke that. It closed at into the close yesterday, Friday. It broke that, so it's set up for a possible gap fill. And I was out of the money far enough where the debit spreads were so freaking low cost that it was one of those the lemon's worth the squeeze, so to speak, because if that goes into money, I mean, that is a huge percentage return. I'm out at like 290, 295. I filled them at like 14 cents. So $5 wide, 14 cents with price possible of hitting that in that gap. Or even if it heads in that direction, I get a percentage swing. So if I close those at, 30 cents, that's 100% return. A little over 100% return. Gives us a level of niceness to shoot for without having to risk much.
So Jeremy, you were looking. I just looked at the Netflix chart. You were looking. You saw it gap down right before close. So then you took out a call debit spread, expecting it to fill the gap in the morning.
Correct. Well, not necessarily fill that whole gap in the morning, but if you look far enough left on that daily chart, you'll see a big gap between 240 and 340. And it's been accumulating for a long time, and it tested that 240 resistance a couple times. In fact, it got above it back in, let's see here, last month it got above it a little bit to 251.99. And then came back down, accumulated, and went and pushed up against it a second time here. So if it continues to build momentum where it's at and bounce off of the 5-minute 200 here and run back towards 240, and then it needs to break out of 250 next, above 250, it'll start building momentum to fill that gap, or at least make a 50% retracement. And hell, even the 50% retracement is, that goes to like 290, so...
I realized I was talking to myself.
Oh, whoops.
Okay, let's see. See what this guy does. Here's your new meme stock they're chasing after.
Yeah, it's risky as hell at this point, but it's looking like it wants to set up a measured move. Yeah, and I'm trying to see if there's any options in that thing.
I think SPY's going to push.
I'm thinking 50% retracement and then maybe push.
There you go. Hey, there are options on that critter.
Which one?
They're not very liquid, AVYA.
Oh, yeah.
They're not very liquid at all, but there are options.
Yeah, it's a little jerky.
Just buy a little lottery ticket.
Huh.
Yeah, I mean, you could go with, God, that'd be like pouring quarters into a slot machine. October 21st, $4 calls on AVYA, trading at 25 cents right now, and they actually have pretty decent open interest if you look at it. Hell, if you wanted to grab a 50 cent wide, you can get that for $5, which is 4-1.
It's down. Thanks for the crinkles, man. That's a good one.
The crinkles work, don't they?
They work. I've seen it every time. Every time.
See this one right here? Up. I didn't realize that that's actually the previous VWAP from Friday.
Oh, it goes all the way through?
Yeah. So this one right here. So you see where price is. See how how VWAP is? It's the volume weighted average price. So when VWAP moves, things happen, and I could have forced deviation lines with the halves and the VWAP being the mean, but I don't like using that. it's just too much. I'd rather go find it myself than use an indicator.
So if you look at AVYA on a 1 hour chart and look between Friday and today, that's a perfect example of a measured move where you got that big gap bar consolidation and then a second gap bar that's almost as high.
This one here?
The AVYA 1 hour chart?
1 hour chart? Let's go to the 1 hour chart.
There you go. Bar, accumulation bar. Essentially. Yours is a little different looking.
Yeah. Yeah, it always looks different for them Weeble.
Yeah,
1 hour chart's also a good way to get price targets too.
Right.
Because you can get quicker. I was doing them on a 4 hour before when I first started learning, but it's like 2 hours better.
Yeah, I just get a little bit more efficiency. There's the breakover. Nice. Finally. I'm waiting to see if that thing will give us a chance to... Hell, you could wheel trade the crap out of that thing if the options are volatile enough. That would be fun.
This looks like people got chasing it and they're getting eat up right now.
Oh yeah.
SPY just decided it's going to go sideways. Now we need to watch it. And a lot of times, this is a crazy market, man. This is really a nutty market, y'all.
Oh yeah.
Now I'm not experienced as Jermey. I haven't been in this market before the pandemic. I got in the market understanding it during the pandemic, and it's already changed since the pandemic.
Holy smokes.
But there's been enough retail traders who've discovered it during the pandemic to say, like me, you can make money in the stock market. We better learn how to do this thing.
So if you're willing to sit on some options with some time on them, you could go and sell a $2 October 21st put on that thing for 50 cents right now. If you got a sign on that, your cost basis would be $1.50. You'd already be below the curve. You could certainly go out and sell a $1.50 put, and that's 25 cents, so you would be a cost basis of $1.25. So pick your battles. But the call, you could sell a $2.50 call for 40 cents right now and lock that thing and have 100 shares long per contract spread. And if it went sideways from here, it would reduce your cost basis by October 21st by about 75 cents. So your cost basis would be $1.25 either way. And you can certainly roll and play. You can add legs, take legs away. You can do all sorts of fun stuff all the way out to October. And that's kind of that would kind of parallel the example I made with CEI a while back.
Yeah, I remember the CEI.
Negative cost basis within 6 weeks. That's certainly one of those stocks. When you get a penny stock that has that kind of options volatility,
we got news coming out, don't we?
Generate income with it while you're holding a position. It's pretty neat.
Sorry, could you repeat that? You said sell a call on the 25th or 27th?
So the 21st October, looking at the 250 call, which is kind of at the money in this case, trading at 40 cents now. But if you look at it, you could go and also sell at the same time either a $2 or a $1.50 put and have about the same cost basis.
But we're not giving financial advice. We're just educational.
Educational. Yep. But essentially, we're looking at the opportunity to generate income on a MAME stock is always fun. And when you,
go ahead.
As long as you're never assigned on the position, as far as your covered calls go, you can just keep rinsing and repeating. So you could take and swing trade or day trade those short options all you want. So you can capture, $10 contract or $10 worth of contract movement, every day, just depending on how volatile this thing gets.
Hey, the SPY calls and puts have gotten a lot more expensive.
Yeah, the implied volatility is huge this week because all the
last week,
Fed news. Yep.
I'm sitting here looking at these things and I'm going, man, that's really expensive.
After this week, they should come down quite a bit. So, it's definitely day trade only for SPY stuff. Not ideal to get into strangles here. Last week when I got into that really stupid cheap strangle, but I did it with spreads, that was highly profitable. But that was just a rare occasion where implied volatility took a dip enough for me to take advantage of that.
All right. Ford.
Sorry, my vocal cords dried up.
I heard that. I sound like me lately here. Okay, so we're pushing up again here. Ford's looking good.
Just an example of things you could do with volatile penny stocks that have options volatility. I mean, you can essentially profit from gamblers.
That's exactly the point.
What's this going on here? This is interesting.
Look at that pop.
My master plan is to get a few $100,000 worth of Apple and Tesla and just sell them at 90% probability and just cash in from the gamblers.
Oh yeah, dude. Income from options. I mean,
that's because when you sell them, you make more money.
Oh, absolutely. You're getting control of that time decay. Instead of time decay working against you, it's working for you.
That's why I got to get an options 3 level on Webull or Robin.
Yes. And then price action takes care of the rest. Like you can, take these swings daily and rotate in and out of these short positions over and over and over again. You could trade the same contracts, like 10 or 15 times by the time they get to a week to expiration, and then just roll them out. The next one I do where I can keep an accurate journal, where I can focus on one with an accurate journal, I'll put it out and you'll see what I mean. It's incredible what you can do with that.
The stuff I want to get to. Hang on a second. I'll be right back.
Yes, sir. All right. So it looks like AVY is looking for a retracement down to about $1.90 from what I'm looking at on the chart.
On the AVYVA?
Or, yeah, AVYA.
Yeah, I'm having a little challenge. I mean, look, we're just going sideways. There's really on these two stocks. And
well, SPY made that pop you were talking about.
SPY did make that pop.
Good call.
That's the good stuff.
Did I call a pop?
You did. You called that.
See, I don't even remember what the heck I said. Jiminy crickets.
Yeah, I believe you said something to the effect of that looks like it's setting up to keep going up.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, it looks that way for a minute now.
Looking trendy.
We got to see though. It's still Ford's looking a little trendy too.
See that? It's right at the top of that range. I got pivots on roughly the whole range today. Let me see. Let me zoom out and get some other time frames on this.
Oh, that looks like a busy intersection there on Ford, huh?
Kind of does, doesn't it?
Right here?
Mm-hmm.
Well, we're above. We've got these two guys crossing. We're above VWAP and the 200, and that's always a good sign. That's a nice big bar.
Damn, look at that 1 hour bar.
Walking down here.
Oh, here we go. I got a solution. Ha 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 ha. Check this out. I'm going to highlight it first.
Everybody out on YouTube, we're glad to have you here with us at Bullish Bears. If you're listening to us out there, this is me doing a plug. It's a great community. Market's wild right now, so everybody's getting ready for Thursday.
We're enjoying volatility.
Yeah, and there's lots of things that can be traded. I'm still coming back from a sinus head cold infection from last week, so I'm a little slow, but we're getting there. We got lots of great stuff. You can learn price action. We teach it every day, and then we have libraries where you can go in and learn in our website, and then we have lessons that we do here every day, and in Discord in the afternoon we do some stuff, but we have stuff we post up as well so you can follow along. And we want to help folks become successful traders. It helps your quality of life. even if you just do it part-time and you learn. It does take time to learn. I will say that. It's not something you can learn quickly. And it's hard to find all your answers on YouTube. It's the only thing I've never been able to find all my answers on YouTube. So as we research and we work together as a team, we find out a lot of things together, and then we can start taking profit consistently, and that's the goal, right?
Sir.
A little push there.
Yeah, man.
Smooth, consistent profits.
This guy is moving.
So we appreciate you, buddy.
I appreciate you appreciating me.
Thanks for bringing that vibe, man.
Oh, you're awesome.
Oh, dude, we could get an M-top here. Hey.
You're looking at M-top on AVYA or on the SPY?
Board and SPY. 1 minute charts. Particularly forward, but SPY's got a raised right shoulder on that M, but it's still looking pretty emmy. Critical support is 384.10. The middle of that M. And we're just crunched through that 8 period with a big old bar. It looks like if it closes that bar on a 1 minute chart, we'll shoot through the 20 period pretty readily.
All right, so here we got this big sell-off. We push back into this area right here. Price on SNTI just kind of went sideways for a little while, going sideways, giving us a pop. And have to see if it's going to give us another play to make those runs up to that up that ladder we have right here.
It's also looking a little consistent with what happened in pre-market. Bye-bye. So I mean, it could come down, touch that shadow box you drew, and then and then pop back up again.
It certainly could. It's coming into a little pinch right here on the support. There's the SPY rolling over here.
About to close a 10 point on the MES 20 or 10 second.
Yeah, it's slow.
Bit of a look. Well, there's a supply zone right there at about 38.76 on the MES. And let's see here, that puts us right around. Just kind of comparing charts, right around 384.40 on SPY. There's a little bit of a demand zone, not supply zone, demand zone.
Here's the SNTI battling the 240 again. Yeah, it's not a great range from 240 to 249, so it's only 9 cents. I like to get at least 10 cents on the scalp, no less.
Yep, that's the minimum.
I might make a 20 pointer out of this.
Jeremy's taking us all to lunch. But this is a market where you do those credit debit spreads, huh?
Yes, this is where I like really well. Those readily.
That's the next level for me. And you use your price action, right?
Yeah, just use basic price action. And, if we find ourselves with a pivot range, we just trade the pivot range, but we use the short legs for the swing trade. So, all right, I'm going to close that 10 second right there. Not bad. Got a 14 pointer. I'll run it. Looking at a little pullback, maybe. Or we might get a little 1 minute morning star on SPY here back to the 20 period for a resistance test. We might not. And forward is looking more like an M-top every minute. AVYA just about done with its 50% retracement.
Kind of looks a little like Ford.
Yeah.
This is
let me check out Netflix.
This is why I like to use a market order on not a market order, but brackets. In, penny stocks, because you see it'll just wick to that position a lot of times. It won't even, you can't wait for the body to get there and then take profit. You got to be ready. And if you're a hotkeys person, you can sit there and watch this thing, and it's like, you got that reflex. Great, good for you. I'm proud of that, but that ain't me. So I gotta, if I were to take an entry, if I would have taken an entry somewhere around here, I'd have had to put my stop loss in.
Right.
And then I'd have put my target for profit, because often in penny stocks you just get a wick to it. So that's what I would have done. You don't always get you don't get those wicks that much in MES when you're trading it.
No. It's so instant. Like if you're not hot on that market order button, you can be VIW in a heartbeat.
Yeah. Yep.
All right, there was that little morning star. We tested the 20 period. Now let's see if we stay under the 8 period on a 1 minute chart here. We can stay bearish to the base of that M top.
Who are you looking at?
SPY.
Okay, SPY.
We could consolidate here into a pennant up until the 11 o'clock hour, where we'll start to range for a while, and then we can get a breakover. There was some Fed news right at 11:30, I think it was.
Man, my market watch is not telling me anything. We got a 3-month bill auction. We got a 6-month bill auction at 11:30. But I'd have to go look at something else because I'm getting a little disappointed in my TOS when it comes to telling me everything. Because we'll have Fed speakers, and I won't know about it. So
let me wake up my calendar here.
What I'm doing right now.
Where is it? They moved it in Webull, darn it. It's under a group button now. There we go.
No, I don't think we have anything. That's it. I don't think we have anything the rest of the day.
Maybe that's... Yeah, okay, it's tomorrow. That's what we're looking at.
Tomorrow we got a Fed speaker, and we got all kind of stuff tomorrow.
And Wednesday.
I know. SPY looks like it wants to go back up a little bit.
I was looking at that. Breaking back above that 8 period would be a little bullish here, but it might also pennant here, where you get a range contracting range where it gets shorter and shorter and shorter until it breaks, or otherwise known as a wedge or a bull flag, or however you want to look at it. Some triangular shape that does things.
Yeah, some triangular shape that makes things happen.
But don't quote us on that. Hey, everybody. Glad to see so many folks joining us today. Hope y'all are doing all right. Good to have you with us. I don't see Paul out there today, but I miss you, Paul.
Yeah. All right, where was I?
You was watching something.
I was taking a quick look at Netflix. It's holding that 240 zone. Bounced off the 1 minute 200 period, or 5 minute 200 period. Sorry, like perfectly.
M top.
I see what's up. Let me get to the 1 minute chart.
I see now. I see what you're looking at.
Okay, we cranked a double bottom. Now we went to target 1. Target 2 was touched. And we can get the extension above 243. We're good to go. If not, it can break down here and test that 240 one more time.
Yeah, I can't tell if what's moving and how it's moving. It all looks slow to me.
Everything's a bit grindy for the moment.
It is.
Ford's kind of forming a pennant very similar to SPY right now, of course. But I'm not sure I trust that to be bullish just yet. SPY did get to a key pivot up there.
Yeah, that 385.36.
Yeah.
Ish. And then you got that, there it goes.
This is interesting because the market's setting up. Let me dig into my 1 hour chart on the MES real quick. That's where all my dope is. These days, anyway.
Not on the 2, you keep it on the 1, huh?
I
keep it on the 1 hour.
But the stock market's boring me today. No, I'm kidding.
Take it easy, Tom Sawyer.
Just
mean stride.
Manic Monday. Oh, we got a 1 hour double bottom, dude. How about that?
On Ford or SPY?
On the MES.
Oh, on the MES.
Which means SPY too.
A 1 hour double bottom.
You see it?
I see it.
And that puts resistance at 387.75 ish for SPY.
Yeah.
And if we crank out of that, cool, it'll be bullish and run up the target chain. And next control bar takes that to about 392.
All right, gents, that's my time. Have a good day. Good luck.
Have a great day.
Hey, Bud. Thanks, man. You be safe out there, buddy.
And thanks again.
Thanks, Bud.
Appreciate it.
Stock market needs to do better things for us. Come on. What is that, an N top?
We like volatility.
Maybe your M top will turn into an N pattern.
Maybe. That's kind of shaking out that way, isn't it?
That would be lovely.
Has to crank that resistance part.
10:30.
That resistance
what do we got
bit
coming
there.
up at 10:30? Nothing. No economic news.
Nothing.
1488. What are you gonna do?
Let's see. Maybe Biden will take the podium out of nowhere and say something.
That would be amazing.
Boom, look at that. 1488.
I see that.
Yeah, it's rejecting there. Oh, I'm still tired. Monday's rough.
Yeah.
I had a busy week.
I was talking to some older folks who were like, they're long since retired and they're kind of living on their, what's left of their 401ks, and as they were visiting one of my friends, or the parents of one of my friends, and he was telling them, like, yeah, he trades the market up, down, sideways, and doesn't care which direction it goes as long as it goes somewhere. They're like, oh, you can trade it down? Yeah.
Yeah, you didn't know that? You didn't.
Well, yes, they just keep throwing dough in that 401k, and hopefully they retire, successfully. And they're in their 70s, so they've been riding the trend on SPY for a long time with their 401ks at that point, and they're still net positive. But just imagine if you would have rolled that into an IRA right at the peak of the market last year. That would have been glorious.
Yep, and that's why we sit around here and do this, because we're trying to learn how to read the market.
That's right.
Exactly.
And that's what we're working on. I hear the wolf in the other room.
Yeah. Unbeknown to many, in a traditional IRA, and a lot of them anyway, depending on the broker, you can sell covered calls. And the income is kept to the tax law within that IRA. So you can generate income in your IRA to help compound your retirement fund.
I need a lesson on all that. I don't even have an IRA.
I'm slowly putting it together, but I should have did that a long time ago.
Stock market's been great because, for me to learn something different at this age and be able to click with it too, that's what's been really cool, because my industry is just tanked.
Yeah.
For me, at least, it's just totally tanked.
We're glad to have you here, bud.
I'm glad to be here. I worked last week, though. I'm tired because I worked last week.
The only 401k I've had in my life, I closed in 2007.
Yeah, I didn't have.
I knew what was coming. I knew almost exactly what was coming, because that's that 401k was set up when I worked for the first bout of working for Goodyear. Way back in the day, Devin remembers.
Oh my God, Jeremy! Racing up and down the 101.
Yep, and Las Virgenes and Decker.
Oh yeah, going through. Oh man, okay.
Black Canyon. Those were the days.
Good canyon runs, man. That was a lot of fun. Beautiful golden fields, oak trees.
Definitely a good time.
Come on, little fellas. Moving slow now.
I learned a lot about how to beat up Porsche Boxsters with an Nakano box.
Slow.
Guys, while the market's not really doing much, can I ask some really basic beginner questions?
Yes.
Certainly. That's why we're here.
Oh, thank you. Okay, so obviously I'm from the United Kingdom and I'm limited to what I can trade. So the AVYA isn't available to me, which is fine. I can trade SPY and Ford. So, when, and another thing is, unfortunately, Tastyworks isn't available to me through Ameritrade either. So I'm working through. What am I working through? Sorry, Thinkorswim isn't available, so I'm working through Tastyworks. My mistake. So that's fine. All I need to do is obviously just build the trade, and it's my first time doing this. So what I'm thinking is I'm watching you guys work now, and you don't jump into something straight away as soon as things go in your favour. You take your time and you watch things and everything. So if somebody's got time, and I'm not expecting to put a trade on, and again I know you're not giving me financial advice, but could somebody just sit with me and maybe help me do my first trade, hold my hand? And I know that's asking a lot. It's just that I've never put on live money before. I've been paper trading through Thinkorswim for the last few months, so I kind of know what I'm doing. But I just want to make sure that I'm not. I just want somebody to watch over me to make sure I'm not making obvious mistakes or anything, if that's possible. Does that sound reasonable?
Sounds pretty reasonable, but I'm going to challenge you back a little bit. So the idea is put together a trade plan, and then if you will, we can put that out, and I'll put together a trade plan at the same time, and we compare notes and kind of take insight from each other, so to speak, so we can figure out, if your trade plan looks solid, or if it's needing to look at a couple other time frames or whatever. But the idea is, what we do is we teach you how to do your technical analysis so you can put together a trade plan. And then the idea is you learn to put together a trade plan simultaneously while literally glancing at a chart if you're day trading. And if price does not meet your parameters within that trade plan, you don't take the trade. But if they do, then you have a position on and you have your target set, your limitation of drawdown set. That's part of your plan. And the idea is you build the plan and stick to it. So if we put two different trade plans together in comparison, and even if one trade plan works out better than the other, the idea is to collaborate on that.
Okay, yeah, that sounds like a good plan.
The other thing I want to interject and say just one more thing is, when you paper trade options, it's not the same as trading them real.
Right.
It totally fills your orders and everything. So just know that. Be cautious of that.
Makes them completely different.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm on a massive learning curve here, but that sounds like a reasonable wager then. So if I go and try put together a trade plan with Ford and SPY, so I'll stick to those because those are available in the UK, and then. Okay, all right. I'll see. It's going to be an awful trade plan. It's going to be my first one, but I'll see what I can do.
Totally fine.
Thanks.
We want to help you. We want to get you started and everything. And so, if you don't know price action, well, we can help with that a lot. Price action is key.
Okay.
And Ford and SPY happen to be our two favorite options trading equities out there. Period. So we just love them. All right, so one thing I'm noticing on Ford as well, why does this only appear on a weekly chart in my Webull app on the phone?
A big push there. Holy cow, what you doing
there?
No
kidding. Might touch 15.
I like that. I'd like it to do that.
Right?
And the thing about Ford is it doesn't move. I mean, it moves. But it is really great for learning those options.
Oh, absolutely.
It's because you can do it without hurting yourself too bad. You can hurt yourself if you pick up too many of them, though.
Oh yeah. So here's something else to note about Ford. This is a weekly chart, and I'll throw it in the chat for you. I like to keep a weekly chart handy because I like to see where all my control zones are on a weekly chart as well as a daily chart, and then I just keep looking at shorter and shorter and shorter time frames until I come up with a trade plan. But if you look at this, it's very similar to pretty much every bullish pattern or bearish pattern you've ever seen in your life. It's a big, giant triple top. Here's the weekly chart here. That's on the weekly.
That's triple top. So, that's where you got. It's almost like a head and shoulders sort of.
Yep. You got if you want to call it that, you got the three heads there. You can see the left shoulder, the head, and the right shoulder. And even on a weekly chart, I use that 8 period, and you can see we broke below it, but we've got resistance there. And I drew that diamond top out on a daily chart, plain as day. This is where I'll turn my drawings on. And here is a daily chart for Ford.
Well, you must have a bigger weekly chart.
I can zoom in and out with just the wheel mouse.
Oh, the Weeble does that for you. Yeah, Weeble's great at that.
Yeah,
Weeble's great for that. TOS not so much. So this is you see you're counting 1, 2, 3. Is that your triple top?
Yep, that's the triple top.
This one here, and this one here.
Yep, and if you hold your cursor, you can just use your cursor's crosshairs to see where all the control bars are in the far left of that pattern.
Yeah.
Comparing to where we're at now on the pattern to the right.
And control bars are going to be the larger bars. Usually we find them without too many wicks on top, but every now and then you get one with a wick. Would that be right, Jeremy?
That's correct.
All righty, boss.
Although we're pushing the $15 here, that's like right where that angular resistance is. If you look at my drawing there, you'll see that white line. Mm-hmm. That is the angular resistance of that diamond top.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that's right. That's a diamond top, too.
Yes, sir. And it's taken forever to consolidate to break down, but right now,
what's going on over there?
It's hanging around at a critical support zone. And that was that $15 bill. So if we hit 15 and it breaks bearish here, it's got quite a bit of control bars to the left, even on a daily chart to look at for range. So if it fails to hit 15 today, or if it hits 15 and breaks bearish on us, it's going to be a pretty messy chart next. But it looks like
we're trending.
The dominant trend is bearish on that one. So
we're trending.
Yeah, I see that.
So I'll be curious to see if we continue.
SPY measured move on this trend sets up to be, where's the leg go? 388 is possible today.
All right, we have to go look at that gap too. What was that gap again overnight?
So the gap we're almost up to right now, it's 387 is right under the range there. If you look at a 15-minute chart, you can see it a little easier.
Globex high would be 388.
Right. That's where the top of that wick is.
I'm sorry to say, I gotta call it. I gotta actually put the proper thumbnail on that YouTube vid, and then I've gotta go run some errands. So thank you very much, fellas. I appreciate you.
Hey, you're awesome.
Anytime,
appreciate you, Devin. Sorry I missed y'all Thursday.
Don't worry about it.
I was sick as a dog, and I had to go play a gig. I forgot I had.
Oh, good.
Oh,
don't worry about it, son. We love you, buddy.
I appreciate
it. We're here to support you, man. We're not here to burn you guys out. We want you good and healthy. So don't kill yourselves over.
I appreciate y'all.
Thank you to our wonderful community. Thank you for your support. I'll see you soon. All right. Have a great day.
All right. Look at this. We got some pushing going on. Push. Especially over here on the S&P guys. And who was the lady that joined us from the UK? Let me get that name right.
Victoria or something? There she is.
Victoria, glad to have you with us. Really glad.
Glad to be here.
And I'm going to be getting that streams lesson thing set up to where I can have it go. I do an announcement, and then I think we can. It's just. I'm not a great tech guy when it comes to the internet. But
gotcha.
I can do other things with certain tech things, but that's not been my forte.
Oh, well, we'll get you there. It takes
$14.95. Come on, SPY. Push.
It takes a little doing, but you can.
Yeah, I got in on that one. I got a call in
Nice. Good work, my friend.
We'll see.
Yeah.
Last week it wouldn't let me get out of the dang trade.
Oh, I know.
That ticked me off.
It ripped so fast you couldn't possibly set a limit order fast enough to get out of it. At that point, there is a market button.
I got the market button. I have it.
For
that reason.
Sometimes you just gotta sell to that bid, man. That's all you can do.
Sometimes, yeah. I was selling the bid, but it wouldn't take the bid, and so the market order is what gets me out.
Yeah.
But sometimes if it's going up and I don't trust it, I'll hit the market button, and sell into strength. So I'll go up and come on, baby, $14.95.
Wow, no kidding. That's a ripper.
We hadn't seen 15 in a while.
Nope. I don't know how long we're going to see it for.
Look at those things and look at the historical month of September being a bearish month, but then the turnaround coming for the holiday season. Look what this guy did. See it?
Yeah, I see it.
What did he do? He wicked all the way up to 269. This is exactly why I talk about if I'm going to trade a penny stock, I'm going to have my freaking limit order ready to go for where my target is. I'm going to have my target set out because of this very thing right here. It just wicks it.
Yep. In a heartbeat, it's over.
It's by the time you bada boom, bada bang.
By the time you slam a market order on that, you're already in the bad part of that wick.
yeah. So you gotta. Oh yeah. Now I've had the good thing happen before when I went to go get out on the market order and it jumped up.
Yeah.
I've had the bad thing too. I have coffee.
So keep close eye on Ford when it hits 15. If it hits 15,
it's weakening.
It's looking a tiny bit weak on the 1 minute chart there, but if that thing hits 15 and gets rejected hard, dude, it's time to roll into the puts.
Yep.
Sacrifice the short legs on the calls.
Yep.
And ride to the bottom of that action. Or sorry, not sacrifice the short legs on the calls, short legs on the puts, which I've already done.
Where's my
Yeehaw.
Yeah, and again in the penny stock world, there's probably stuff going on, guys. I'm just not seeing it.
Yeah.
And I'm still a little bit of head coldish, so.
Yeah, I had some sinus issues over the weekend, but I think it was just allergies.
Half-hour chart on SPY looks good, though. You got bar spinner.
Strong.
Looks like we're starting a new bar. The dog has to go outside.
Uh-oh.
Somebody else is awake, so they can take him. But I hear him in the other room.
My dog's laying across the front door waiting for Mama to come home.
Well, he's a quiet fella until he wants something, and then he does the husky woo woo woo. They woo woo woo.
Yeah.
It's like they talk to you.
Yeah, my boxer Saint Bernard gives me that same noise when he needs to go to the bathroom.
That is a humongous dog you got.
He is.
That is a big dog. I saw that picture of him. I was like, oh my goodness.
Should I put that in the trading chat?
I think so. Sometimes it's fun to put picture of your dogs and cats. I told you about the dead cat bounce. It was she said, "What are you doing?" I said, "Oh."
Wait, let me explain.
I gotta go pick up a dead cat bounce. Yeah, it was a shame. And then somebody trimmed the tree where the owls live, and now the owls left. I'm mad.
Oh, I love owls.
Oh, man, we get those barred owls, and they sound like monkeys.
They do sound kind of neat.
They do that thing, and then they've got all this other hooting and howling that they do. And at night, we usually get a flyover. My dog Salem and I, we go for that little nighttime walk, and usually they fly right over us when we come by. It's like, oh, there they are.
Well, in fact, I gotta go dig it out of my archives and then screenshot it to get the picture back.
Well, I got to say something. Whatever we did has worked because I am not hearing. Well, my fan's running.
Nice.
Yeah, my computer's a little warm, but it's not giving us too much problem. I'll probably end the stream here soon, so I don't overdo my my thing there. If that's okay.
Don't cook it.
I'll give it another 13 minutes. I'll go to 11, and then we'll take a little break. And then I can go chart my charts.
All right, here we go. This is for all you dog lovers out there. This is my dog and my wife.
Oh, that is a big dog. Poor wife.
And yes,
she's getting squished.
This is back when we still lived in Montana. He's got his little hoodie on. This was probably the dead of winter.
Oh my goodness! How old is he now?
He's 8 years old. That was back when he was about 6, I believe. Oh, maybe 5.5.
Well, these guys have petered out on us right here.
Yeah.
Santee.
Yeah, AVYA is cranking over through the 8 period now with a bar, and it's just bearish and golfing all over the place. So that ride's over, but watch that thing towards the close. We could set price levels on that thing and watch it just
it smoke them.
Oh yeah. And what's cool about that is, like I was saying, if you guys have the opportunity to sell options on that thing, you can sell some credit spreads, you can wheel trade it, whatever you want to do. The options volatility on this thing probably won't last very long, but if you look, the chain only has October expiration, so there's no weeklies or anything like that. Generally, the wheel trade would suggest trading only in equities that have weeklies. In this case, it doesn't, so this would be purely basically trading on other people's speculation. So you would have to either have a controlling position to sell options on both sides of price, or if you're okay with a little less risk but a little bit more likelihood of giving a bunch of it back, you could go and do buy right strategies on this, where you buy a leap about at least 6 months out. You buy a call at the money, and then you sell an out of the money call against it, shorter time frame to expiration. The idea is it's a little bit more technical, because you've got to make sure that if you are assigned early on that short or covered call, the cost basis difference between your long position and your short position has to be positive. So like, if you pay, well, let me get the chain up so I can actually explain this in numbers that actually make sense. Hang on, I'll get that going.
Oh, you can't swap. You can't just come into the stream, huh?
Yeah, not on this one. So, yeah, you'd have to go out to like November. No, that'd be out to March of next year would be a good long position. So let's see here. Good Lord, that would almost not be worth it. Well, let me see what the ask is on that thing. 0 volume, and that's a big widespread. Theoretically, you could go and buy like $1.50 call that expires March 17th. Probably scoop that up for about $1.10. So add that to your cost. So your cost basis would be about $2.65. So if you were to sell a short call against that, you would want to make sure you sell something that's going to be above that. So you'd want to sell the $2.50 call at 30 cents, expiring October 21st. That has a break even of $2.85. So your difference is going to be, literally 20 cents there. So that's your cash cushion, so to speak. So if you're long one position and you're short the other position, if you get assigned on that $2.50 short call, you're going to have to exercise your $1.50 call to have shares to sell. So you're going to have to make sure that your break even or the cost basis on exercising that long call is going to be lower than the cost basis of the person who's assigning you. So in a sense, you just take the the strike price plus the premium you pay for it, and that is your cost basis. So the cost basis on that $1.50 call would theoretically be about $2.65 a share if you had to exercise that call. And this is not including commissions, mind you. And then on the $2.50 call, the buyer's cost basis, let me see here, would be $2.85. So yeah, literally a 20-cent difference. And then in the long run, if that $2.50 call, came down to like 5 cents, meaning the price would be working against your long position, you could buy it back to close it for 5 cents and take the 25-cent profit from that and weigh that against your long position. And then if it pops again, you can go and sell that again later. So you can roll that in and out based on price action. But looking at today, not sure that's a strategy I would use on this thing because it's potentially very risky. Looking at that long bearish trend that is trying to come out of right now, it could certainly just be a pause in that trend and continuation down to zero. So there's certainly some risk there. But it's just a strategy that you could use if you were, well, for lack of a better way of saying, crazy enough to do it.
Man, I had a stock up there earlier and I can't remember what the dang thing was.
My brain will work.
My brain's not working really well. Mick Corgi, I'm going to get to you in just a minute. I saw your message. It made me laugh. Apparently lives here in the city.
Huh.
That's cool.
Me too. You got a personal message. Okay.
Yeah, personal message, yeah. We played a hotel this Thursday night. It's called the Ace Hotel. We got a nice little place called the Three Keys, and where it's not a lounge. It's like a little stage and everything. You're not playing lounge lizard music,
right?
And but they feed you really well. It's really cool.
Nice.
The bass player was saying, "I should have brought some French bread because when you get the meatballs, they don't give you anything but meatballs and sauce." And well, we call it red gravy. Meatballs and red gravy. And I was like, really? So we ordered it. And I was impressed. I was like, wow, that's actually a decent meatball. Usually, if you go to a restaurant with me and get a meatball, you'll hear me say these words. Mine's better.
Yeah. Oh, man. We made a bundigus last week, and my wife made all the meatballs for that, and I was like, oh, it's so good.
Oh, yeah. Wow, this is just slow. Roll over here.
It's a slow-mo, though. Watch that, that 1 minute sitting right on that lower band and right on that support zone, which was previously resistance, that pivot.
The Ford?
Both Ford and SPY, sorry.
Okay, yeah, SPY's at that VWAP bend.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, it's right, Ford's right on angular resistance, and also that right at the 8, huh? Sitting right on the 8. What the heck is that? Why does my 8 look like it's got a split end? Oh, I see why. Why do I have that like that? It's also the top of a standard deviation.
Ah.
It's at the top of the second deviation.
We're gonna call that the split end now, aren't we?
I guess I am now. It's the split end. I'm looking at
it's gonna stick.
I'm looking at that thing. If I show it to you over here, you'll understand what I'm saying. See, I am using a 1 minute chart. Okay, y'all are busting me. You know why I'm using a 1 minute chart? See how long it took? Because I am. Oh, never mind. It was a 5 minute.
Whoops.
Oops.
Same.
Oh, you can't see it on this one.
So I'm seeing the 1 minute split the 5 and the 8. The 8's under the 5 now. And price is starting to curl under the 8. So
I have different indicators on different charts so that I don't have all the indicators on there at once.
Gotcha.
Okay, well, Ford might be saying bye-bye now.
We'll keep an eye on a 5 minute chart. If we get a doji there, it might not.
Look at that 5 minute chart. That's where I am. That's the one that had the split. The split end. It was the 5 minute, not the 1 minute. Dang it. That's your one.
SPY is threatening to break under here, though. 1 minute chart looks pretty damn bearish all of a sudden.
Yeah.
Just crank that support zone. 386.10 is right where that pivot is.
What we got market watch wise? Auctions at 10. We don't have those 3-month and 6-month auctions aren't really much of anything.
No.
I think. No. It's when you get those bond yield things that have 10 years in front of them or 7 years.
Right.
I'll never forget the day I saw that one that just went wacky and I got caught in it.
Oh man. Yeah, those are never fun especially when you're trading futures. Oh, they call that the face ripper. Anyway, that big dog of ours, he loves people, but he does not like other dogs. So, like, if I were walking him and some other dog were to charge us, he'd pretty much rip the dog in half.
Yeah, that dog would, yeah. Well, my boy is not. He's a husky, so he's got some. They take horses down and stuff. So and he tried to do that with me one day, dragging me, by the way, and I'm 215, 220 pounds and 6'1", and he's dragging me down a field. That was not a fun day.
No.
That's when I learned, don't look at your phone when you're walking the dog.
No.
And he sees a
horse. So how heavy is your dog, Jeremy?
He's just under 160 pounds. At 158.
So he's a little bit lighter than my dog.
Who is that?
Yeah. He peaked at 167, and we put him on a little bit of a diet because he's getting chubby.
Yeah.
Mine.
He can only eat
around 80 kilos.
Oh, hey, Paul.
So that would
Paul.
be. Hey, I've just been here. That I haven't been talking because the push to talk button thing frustrates me.
Yeah, don't worry. I get frustrated with computers.
That trying to hold a key down messes with my trading, especially with my Ninja. This is Ninja and that press a key. I was doing that the other day when I'm futures trading. I can't be doing that because I have the push button, and I did it and it messed up a trade in my Ninja because I was trading Ninja but I wanted to talk.
Right.
And apparently just these keys are sensitive to traders. So.
Okay.
Yeah, Tradeovate's like super sensitive, as we've come to discover.
Well, that's the big problem for me with push to talk is having to hold down a key or something, trade up,
right?
Not mess up trades, trade futures lives.
Right. Yeah. I did that one day, paper trading the futures, and something happened. My keyboard flipped over, and the next thing I knew, I had like 6 or 7 contracts going south, and I was supposed to, it was like. It was like $60-$70, but it was thankfully paper trading.
Well, that's why I keep on Apex. I keep the website open with the button flatten all accounts. So if anything happens, it's on my cell phone. I can just hit flatten all accounts.
Right. Okay, well, we're moving slow.
Yep, it's a grindy.
This is grindy. I'm gonna end the stream just to save some computer here. And get my it's so far so good, but we've been on about an hour and 45, so guys, I want to thank everybody for being here today.
Let me try to find a picture of my dog here. I'll post it.
Cool.
There you go.
I'm gonna get on out of here. Thank you for joining us on YouTube. Jeremy, you got anything to say?
No, I think that's about it. It's a wrap, dude. This market's flat. Probably we'll see if we come back later in the afternoon and put some options together, but other than that, it's just another Monday.
Yeah, it's Ace is beautiful. Yes, it is, man. It is. I had a good time there the other night. They treat you so well. They feed you, and they just everybody's very polite over there and kind.
Nice.
So, okay, I will catch up with everybody later.
Yeah,
I have to just figure out how to close this first, and
yep. So I'll walk you through that if you want.
Yeah, what do I do? YouTube first, or just hit stop?
Hit stop.